Hi, this is Gil Benbrook from Phoenix Stages and TalkinBroadway.com, and I'm here with the cast of An American in Paris at Arizona Broadway Theatre, which runs here in Peoria through March 1st before moving downtown to the Herberger Theater Center, where it runs from March 8th to the 24th. So An American in Paris, it's a classic movie musical directed by Vincent Minnelli. It won the Oscar for Best Picture. It's got tons of beautiful music by George and Ira Gershwin. But for someone who's never seen the original 1951 film, Rebecca, what would you tell them that this show is about?
Well, it is about so many things, so many big themes: love and loss and hope. Pretty much Jerry Mulligan stays in Paris after World War II.
And that's your character.
That's
my character,
Andrew's
yes.
character. And he is a painter. He's an artist, but he also catches the eye of Lise, my character, and kind of falls for her pretty quickly. So it's another big reason why
She's a beautiful Parisian girl, in my opinion.
Yes, she is. And he kind of starts to fall for her pretty quickly. And she then is caught between pretty much a love triangle between someone she's supposed to get engaged with, who she's not truly in love with, and then this new character who comes and kind of starts to win her heart. She feels like she shouldn't fall in love with this guy who is this crazy American trying to win her over and make her do, kind of go off path. But
and there's another man also who we might add is also in love with you as well.
Yes, so Henri is how you pronounce it. It's spelled more like Henry in English, but and then Adam, the pianist, and they're kind of all after this, the character of Lise, and
who's a very mysterious woman.
She is.
Who has some things in her past that
she
come
does,
out throughout the show.
Yeah, so during World War II, she was the Burrell.
Don't reveal
Oh,
now.
I won't. Okay, I won't reveal too much. But you're right. I think that's why you have to come see the show yourself to kind of figure out the story and where it goes. But yeah, it's about love, hope, loss, and just persisting through really difficult trials. So I think we can all kind of relate to that in some form. So
Definitely, and set to an amazing score by George and Ira Gershwin that pretty much every song the audience will know.
It is so beautiful. If you love Gershwin music, you will just fall in love with this show. It is quite extraordinary. So
Andrew, did you watch the film to prepare for this show? Because the film was a little bit different, we might add, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Or did you any other kind of research you did about the time period, the setting?
I had seen the show back in 2015, and I saw it about 5 times on Broadway. It's one of my favorite shows. It's my dream show, dream role, the whole nine. I hadn't seen the movie until actually coming here. When I was on the plane, I decided, maybe I should watch the movie. And the movie is very different from our show. It's like we were talking about earlier, the movie has they're more established of like, these are the friends and they've known each other for a while, whereas our production, they meet for the first time at the beginning of the show, and
there's more plot in the musical
more plot
than
in the
film.
musical.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And also I think there's more music. There's definitely
there's a lot more
there's
music.
a lot more music.
They added Gershwin songs that weren't in the original film.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you saw the film. Any other research about the period, either of you?
A little bit post World War II. Just I
Yes.
wanted to get the mindset of like where Lisa's character, how she would have been feeling during this time, and Paris experienced a lot, and people don't forget that even till today. There's that kind of looming history around this dark time. So how you can fall in love but have just witnessed something so terrible, and potentially losing your parents, how that can kind of influence falling for someone new. I just think it kind of sets the tone.
Yes.
And I think that the show really gives a good sense about all these people. It's almost a celebratory nature that the entire country and city of Paris has about the world being over. And I think that really plays into why your character Jerry, who's an American, decides to stay in Paris.
Yes.
So Rebecca, this is also obviously an extremely dance-heavy show. I know you have a dance background training, but what do you do to stay fit in order to prepare yourself for doing so many shows a week?
There are so many things. Proper diet, you have to fill your body with good nutrition, because this is a lot on our bodies for sure.
Definitely.
Cross-training, I personally like taking bar classes and cycling and spinning type classes. just taking ballet classes and giving myself a proper warm-up before each show, because if we don't warm up, we will get injured with all of the lifts and the jumps
Yeah.
and the
Lots
turns.
of
I mean,
lifts.
yeah, so honestly, just keeping my body really warm and just fueling it with good food, vitamins, getting enough rest and water, and yeah, and staying as strong as I can to get through these shows, because we got about 54 more to go.
I know. It's great that you're not only doing it here though, but taking it to downtown.
Yeah, oh,
You
we
know,
can't wait.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to go to
Oh
that.
my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What makes the ABT experience different from the other theaters that you've worked at?
I think, well, the main difference is that ABT is a dinner theater, so that's the audiences are. It's a much more intimate atmosphere. So we get to meet the people after the show, and the responses that we get are just wonderful, and the people have been so sweet and so very nice to us.
Yeah, it's more of an experience as opposed to people just coming to see a show. They really
Exactly.
come here, they enjoy dinner beforehand.
Yes.
Excellent dinner. Get the salmon, by the way. That's
Oh.
what I recommend.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So, what I think makes this musical so special, I know we already talked about this a little bit before, is that, if you're a fan of the movie, the musical is very much similar, but it has different twists, some slightly different characters. So it's not just putting the movie on stage, but it's something fresh and different.
Totally.
And whether you're a dance fan or a dance novice, there's a lot of beautiful musical numbers in the show. And then the second act, you have the gorgeous An American in Paris ballet, which I think really, where it's set, it kind of prepares the audience for this beautiful moment in the second act. So it's not just like coming to see the ballet, which I think might turn some people off, but I think people, it's a very different experience. And I've talked to several people who weren't big dance fans that saw the show, and it really converted them. And then on top of that, you have all these amazing Gershwin songs. So it really has something for everybody. But while it's a show with these beautiful musical numbers, a lot of romance, a lot of comedy, it's got this huge heart. And I honestly believe that anybody that sees this is probably going to want to book the next ticket to Paris. But Rebecca,
Yeah.
what do you think it has to say? What do you think the show has to say?
Oh, it has to say so much, but just that love really trumps all. And it can be between friends, it can be between lovers, just that that is truly the most important thing. And a world without love is a world that is missing on one of the most important things in life. And yeah, I mean, I just want you to come see this show. It's just so beautiful. There's just so much that it tells, and it's really hard for me to express it in words, but that's why the power of this show is that we get to dance about it. And I think that, that's what musical theater is all about, that we are moved with so much emotion that we begin to use our bodies and tell the story through our bodies. And I think this show is so unique in that, so much of the show is expressed through movement and dancing, but it's not just like going to see the ballet. Yeah. And I can express love throughout my movement, and yeah, you just have to come see it. And
yeah, because I think you're invested in the characters, and so
Yeah.
the dance is an expression of the characters,
Yes.
as opposed to what a typical ballet might be like, where you don't really understand who these people are. I think that's
Exactly.
the difference here. And Andrew, one last question for you. On screen, Gene Kelly played your part.
Yes.
Did you have
I did.
any trepidation in taking on a role that's made so famous by him?
These are definitely big shoes to be filled, and it is very nerve-wracking taking on such an iconic role played by such an iconic man. But I think our director, Curtis, really formed the show to feature what both of us are good at. So while Gene Kelly is a fantastic tap dancer, we're not really tapping in this show. It kind of is a completely different show on its own, where we are doing ballet and jazz and things across stage that are primarily formed to fit our style of dance. So
the shadow is there,
it's
but
there, but it's in our own form, I
expression.
believe, and expression, definitely.
well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yay.
So An American in Paris here at ABT in Peoria through March 1st before moving downtown to the Herberger Theater Center from March 8th to the 24th.
Thanks.